All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the spiritual seek.
Okay.
And specifically, we're going to be looking at some content from their website.
Right.
And I think, this project's been kind of under wraps for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
and they've just recently kind of come out into the light and launched.
Yeah, just this year.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be a good time to kind of take a look at their About Us page
Sure.
and kind of see if we can figure out, what they're all about
Yeah, what's their mission?
and what's the mission.
What are they hoping to do?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
one of the first things that jumps out at me is that they say, they're a new project launched in 2024,
Mm.
but it's been in development for a long time.
Yeah, they say it's been, in the works for a long time.
Yeah.
Like years in the making.
Yeah, and that they've been, kind of putting all the pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of curious, what were they doing all that time?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, what was happening behind the scenes?
Right, what were
Researching.
what were they thinking about?
Yeah, what was the process like?
And then they talk about their mission.
Yeah.
They say combining technology, knowledge, and awareness.
Yeah, and that really stood out to me too, because I feel like that's a really interesting combination. Like
Mhm.
technology, knowledge, and awareness. How do those three things fit together?
Yeah, and I think they're trying to maybe bridge a gap
It'd be.
that a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
Which is that,
We're surrounded by technology,
right, we live in this world of technology.
but it doesn't always feel like it's making us more aware.
Right. Doesn't always feel like it's helping us,
Yeah, we're more connected to ourselves.
yeah, more connected to ourselves or more knowledgeable in a way.
Yeah, in a deeper way.
Yeah.
In a way that actually matters,
Yeah. So I think that's where they're trying to come in.
Okay.
And they're saying that technology can actually be a tool for inner evolution and self-knowledge.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's possible.
It's a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, you could say that technology is actually the thing that's distracting us
Right.
from, our inner lives and from self-knowledge.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you could say that, technology can connect us with so much information
Right.
and with so many different perspectives.
And tools. And,
Tools, yeah.
yeah.
So maybe they're trying to harness that.
Right. And they also talk about humor.
Yes.
Humor is really important to them.
Yeah, they emphasize that.
Yeah.
That they approach this with a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Which I think is nice.
Yeah. I think that's refreshing.
Yeah. It's not always, you don't always associate humor with spirituality.
Right. It can be very serious.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to say, hey, you can be serious about this stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be too serious about it.
Yeah.
You can have some fun along the way.
Right. And that kind of leads into their motto, which is nosce te ipsum.
Oh, yeah.
Know thyself.
Yeah.
Which is, it goes all the way back to Socrates,
Mm-hmm.
The ancient Greeks.
Right.
But it's still so relevant today.
Yeah. Especially, I think, in this age of technology.
Exactly.
Where, we're bombarded with all this information, all these influences.
It's easy to lose sight of who you are.
Yeah. You're constantly being told who you are and what to think and what to buy.
Mm.
And so to just kind of step back from all of that
And say, wait a minute.
and go, okay, who am I actually?
Yeah, who am I? What do I believe? What's important to me?
Right.
And that's a really important question.
Yeah. And it's not just a philosophical question.
It's a spiritual question.
It's a spiritual question. It's a question that's been asked in so many different traditions.
In every tradition.
Yeah.
For thousands of years. People have been asking this question.
Yeah.
Who am I? What's my purpose?
Yeah.
What am I doing here? Yeah. And so it seems like the spiritual seek is trying to kind of create a space where people can explore that question.
Yeah, a space to explore that question and maybe find some answers.
Yeah. And they have a really diverse team.
Yes, they do.
They've got experts in psychology, philosophy,
Religious studies.
esotericism.
Yeah, esotericism, which is
So for people who don't know what that is.
Yeah, esotericism is kind of a broad term, but it generally refers to
Right.
systems of thought or practices that are focused on exploring kind of the hidden dimensions of reality or
Right.
the deeper aspects of reality.
Interesting.
So things like, mysticism,
Right.
occultism,
Okay.
things like that.
So they're really covering a lot of ground.
They are.
What do you think about that?
I think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's a strength, actually, to have such a diverse team
Yeah.
because it means that they're not just coming at this from one perspective.
Right. They're not dogmatic about it.
Exactly. They're not dogmatic.
Yeah.
They're open to exploring different perspectives, different approaches.
Yeah. I mean, and also I just noticed this too.
What's that?
under external collaborators,
Mm-hmm.
it says Kate and Tyler podcasters.
Wait a minute. That's us.
That is us.
That's us.
They list us as external collaborators.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're recognizing the power of podcasts
I guess
as a way to
explore these topics.
Yeah, to explore these topics.
Yeah, I mean, podcasts are a really great way to have conversations.
Yeah.
You know, to really dive
Deep.
to go deep into these subjects.
Yeah.
In a way that you can't always do in other formats.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm honored to be listed as a collaborator.
Me too.
That's really cool.
So, yeah, I think that's kind of what we've gleaned from the Spiritual Seek so far.
Yeah, it seems like they're really trying to bridge this gap
Yeah.
between technology and spirituality.
Right.
And really emphasizing this idea of self-knowledge. Right. And doing it in a way that's
Approachable.
approachable and fun.
Yeah.
And engaging.
Yeah, and with a sense of humor.
Yeah. So what do you think, like, what are some things that our listeners might want to keep in mind?
Well, I think, as you're exploring the Spiritual Seek, think about what resonates with you.
Yeah.
They have such a diverse range of expertise, different approaches.
What are you drawn to?
Yeah, what are you drawn to?
What speaks to you?
Yeah, and what questions do you have?
Yeah.
What are the things that you're really curious about?
Yeah, I think those are great questions.
Yeah, and I think the Spiritual Seek can be a really valuable resource.
Yeah, I think so too.
For people who are on that journey of self-discovery.
Of exploring themselves and the world around them.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.